reactions to all things addicts. Like Melendez giving up, ADB's crashing out, a mouse trying to roach. That's why we're waiting all day for that late night advance. Maddenattics, football with ads on Twitch, and always remember Flynn is a bench.
And welcome to the Hen House. I'm your boy Blue Henny, joining you here. Well, was supposed to be with my co-host Davis, who's apparently in the fucking wreck on 2K, so hopefully he'll join later in the episode. But joining us this week, we have for a special guest, we have one of the other OGs of addicts just like me, Regg. So, Regg, say hi.
Yo, what's the word? Happening? You on the Henny cast today?
It's really weird to think about it, like you and me, like there's so few of us back from the 360 era of addicts. It's crazy to think that we've been around this long, and I was like fucking 17 when I was in addicts the first time. Like we've both been around for a while, so we know each other pretty well through Xbox
like
now.
19, so.
Yeah, but I was like we were the one of the 5 or 6 OGs still around. Weird. If I was one of the we were like the kids of the league back then, and now we're the fucking old guys. But on today's episode, we're going to go through, so me, myself, and Davis, we have his list. We'll do him if he forgets to show up. But we do have our top 5 and bottom 5 trade rankings. We're not doing a full 32, but that would just be fucking hell. So all 3 of us did our separate lists with our own criteria. We'll explain it. We'll talk back and forth, and I'm sure we'll hear from in the chat. So with that being said, let's move on to our first list, which is going to be my own. And before I go through my list, this is the magic of live shows. And a 5 minutes notice, we now have Flynn joining us to be our other guest host, since we don't know where the hell Davis is. Flynn, if you want to say hi to everybody.
Hey, what's going on?
This might be the first time.
Reg.
This might be the first time a lot of you heard your voice, honestly.
It's crazy. He can get here on time, but can't show up on time for a damn Madden.
No. I always show up on time. I was playing 8 a.m. this morning.
That is true, honestly. This is the one day he was up early. But normally,
I'm up early every day, but no one wants to play in the morning.
Oh, it's a trick, man. I'm in fucking school. If I wanted to, I could pull out my ROG and play a league game. I haven't done it yet, but I might. All right, so getting off topic. So we're starting off with my list. So they're gonna see this also. So my top 5 traders, I ranked Sports Freak at 1. Flynn, here you are number 2 on my list. I have a probably controversial Melendez at 3, which I'll explain. I have Goose at 4. I kind of struggled on that one, and then I put myself at 5. And then my bottom 5 traders, I put Noop at my bottom, Davis at 29, Eclipse at 28, Mouse at 27, and Mo at 26. So I'm going to kind of explain some of my picks, and obviously you guys chime in. Sports Freak, I feel, is number 1 because of the pure fact of volume, where this man has had more fucking identities than, well, I can't think of that one movie. It's a crazy guy with like 20 different personalities. I can't think of the fucking name, but like,
Oh, man, I know what
yeah, like I can see his fucking face in my head. But like that guy, like he has more identities than that dude. And I mean, he always does good. His biggest issue, he just gets bored, but that's not really anything against his trading ability. On the same idea, Flynn gets number 2 for almost the same reason. Like you have the all AR team at this point. But even before that, like you always find a way to Jedi mind trick trades, and like you're easy to talk to. So the only reason you're not 1 is because, at least my own personal saying I didn't put you a 1 is I feel like you've had too many quarterbacks. But outside of that, I have Melendez at 3, more so from his body at work from the last league, because I feel like he hasn't done shit in this one. But he had the 99, 99, 99 team, so between trades and even some developing, but mostly trades, he built the God Squad last league. Goose I put at 4. I struggled on 4 and 5. Goose I put at 4 because he's fairly easy to trade with, and I feel when he wants to make a trade, and he's fairly easy to, but he's not as vocal as the top 3 or 2. And I put myself at 5 based off volume, where I'm very stubborn with how I trade, but when I do want to trade, I'm fairly direct to do it. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on my top five before I do bottom.
I think Sports Freak is probably just like he trades with everybody. He's like a trades trader, so like everybody loves to trade with Sports Freak. So it's like he has to be number one. Like he can almost like three-way a trade and with no problem. Like if you want a player from somebody else, you just kind of just gotta get Sports Freak involved. I agree with the Flynn because he definitely gets everything he wants on the mind.
Fucking
tricks. I don't understand it.
Jedi mind tricks.
Really, just it blows my mind how they just continuously give it up. I don't know about Melendez.
Because like I was torn on Melendez because if I went up purely the body at work from this league, like the current, like the reboot, he wouldn't have been anywhere. But I can't ignore how good he did on trading in the last league. Because if you asked me to do a trade list purely off last league, I think he deserves that top three. So I was torn on that one, like, because I was 50-50. And then, well, myself and Goose are not as big, but Flynn, what are your thoughts on my top five?
I don't know. I don't really like the 3, 4, and 5 spots, and I do think I should be one.
And the top thing is 1 and 2, I think, are not I mean, you can flip flop for different reasons. You're gonna see on the other list too, like 3, 4, and 5. I think for all of us are different, but 1 and 2 are the same. And Reg can explain his.
I don't think Goose really's trading like that.
But I feel like Goose, like I think Goose is easy to trade with. Where if Goose doesn't trade that much, but when he does, I feel like he's fairly easy to trade with, like Sports Freak. He doesn't try to trade at the volume of Sports Freak. I struggled with that. Like it's a reach for a 4. I even thought that too. But you're gonna see the parity in the other list because we didn't show you shit. Like Reg saw a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Reg saw it, and obviously I made it. And then my bottom 5, I feel like top 2 were fairly easy. Noop gets 30 mostly because Noop doesn't talk.
Yeah, he won't respond. Yeah.
Like Noop in the last league, if you guys remember one of our episodes me and Melendez did, Noop had the base Jets in like season 4 with just rookies. Like he literally traded nothing.
He don't talk to y'all. He talk to me, but Noop talk on like social media. He's like, it's funny how Noop talk, but he don't really trade. He's just on the game. He's just an old OG chilling on the game. I think for the most part, I don't think he really cared to trade. He just enjoyed Madden.
Yeah, about that you have to enjoy Madden with the track record. But I mean, Noop's a cool guy, and he's always funny as hell when he pops into the chat too. It's just random as shit, like seeing the Yeti. David at 29, I think it's fairly universal in all of our lists. You're going to see either being last or second to last, including his own list. But he always has the long trade block, and outside of really 2 trades I can think of that were severely lopsided in his favor, I mean, he really don't trade shit. I put Eclipse at 28. I think someone else put Eclipse in their bottom 5. Mostly because of the fact that Eclipse is very stubborn-minded to trade with. And, well, he knows this. I fucking blocked him on Discord, at least temporarily. Because you saw me during the, basically the reason, and Eclipse can say it too. He basically called me cheap when I messaged him because he was trying to post a first. We never even talked players or anything. And I made about 5 or 6 either draft day trades or within 24 hours of the draft. So, like, I was doing a lot of trades and I was giving up X factors. But he randomly just said cheap, and I'm like, well, fuck you then. And then I blocked him, but that pissed me off. But I think someone else had him. What'd you say?
You blocked him?
I blocked him temporarily, but that pissed me off because I'm very easy to trade with, and I was wheeling and dealing and giving him up X factors and ability players for picks, and then he just said you're too cheap, and then when I asked what do you mean, he just said scroll up, and the only thing I saw was when I played him and I was sick and I told him I was throwing up in a toilet. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but that pissed me off. But either way, I'm not totally unjustified, but I'm not the only one that had him in a bottom 5. I put Mouse there because Mouse is, unless he's looking for rocket catch guys, he's very tough to trade with. I don't think
he is, but he does trade when he got
when he wants to, but I feel like it's a lot more sums down than sums up. So I think he was a reach there. Same with Mo in a reach for the bottom one because I've only seen him pretty much post the same guy over and over in his trade block, and it seems like because I've been talking with him, like spoiler alert, I've been talking with him to try to get Waddle too, and then I thought we had a trade agreed to, and then I've been waiting for about 12 hours on his trade advisors to tell him what to do. And that's kind of pissed me off. So that's why I put you down there, Mo. But I mean, if you actually respond to my fucking DM, you would easily be off my bottom 5 there. So moving on, and I'll let Reg say his one and explain his reasoning, but we're going to move on to Reg's list right now. So take it away, Reg.
Well, my list, I got, Sports Freak at 1. I got Stank at number 2. Then Flynn. Then OG. This is all based off of this league. This is not based off of last league. Then I got Mel at 5. Then my bottom 5, I got Davis at number 1. Saints Pride at number 2. Beast at number 3. Yib at number 4. And then I got you at number 5.
How you got me on both?
I asked him that. He said there was a reason. I thought it was a typo. I've been waiting to hear you.
The reason that you're on both is because I already said it, like you get the Jedi mind trick, and I think everybody does it and just falls for it. But at the same time, it's like they don't see that you're like getting so much better than what they're getting. They just be lost in the sauce. So that's why you in both of them.
I love this.
I don't understand how you be racing these people like this and they just go along with it. And you winning championships. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
And then with Stank is a pretty fair trader if you ask me. I think everybody kind of stay away from him now because he used to win championships. Now it's like they don't trade with him, but he's not too much of a bad trader.
Honestly, hindsight being 2020, I think I should have put Stank on my top 5. I didn't even think about that, to be honest.
Yeah, and then with Mel is like, yeah, he always gets raped for speed, but he trades for what works for him, and it's just like it's consistent and it continues to work for him. Like his trading scheme works for him, and he's just always consistently there with how he trades. He goes, gets his speed, his corner, and it works for him. OG is pretty. I mean, he's not hard to trade with. He does fair deals. You see him up and down the trade block. Trades completed. Everybody kind of trades with OG. I think on the worst side, I think we all know why Davis is number 1 because he just completely trolls. He doesn't want to trade.
I'm going to be pissed if Davis purposely skipped this episode because he knew he was here.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Fuck Davis. Y'all know how I feel. Anyway.
I do agree with that. Fuck Davis.
Yeah, but then you got Saints Pride. He's tight. Man, God, believe he's tighter than a chastity belt to trade with. He only want to give up what he want to give up, and that's that.
He was on my bottom 5 before I put Mo there for the whole Jalen Waddle thing. He was technically my bottom 5 too.
Saints Pride, he don't budge. He don't budge at all. And then Beast, he responds every 2 to 3 business days. Sometimes he'll come in there, he'll ask for something, and then he might want something, and then he'll come back 2 to 3 days later trying to trade and see what else he can get. I don't understand. He only get real aggressive when he's trying to win in the trade. And then I think that's in trades, and he feel like you should give him what he wants because he not winning anyway. So I don't really understand really. He be trying to do a lot.
Trying to do a lot with a little.
He be trying to do a lot with a little.
All right, so, I mean, honestly, I truthfully like your list a lot more than mine, to be honest. I mean, I agree with you entirely on the Stank one, and I honestly regret he probably would have been at least my 4 or 5. I don't think I would have put him at 2, but I agree with him being on there. I thought you putting Flynn on both lists was absolutely hysterical, and but your explanation actually does check. Because, you do get a lot of trades, Flynn. You're a great trader. But I feel like it's almost like, how the hell do you keep getting away with it is the same reason that you're in the bottom 5, too. Which I love the explanation. Beast, Brother Beast, I really thought hard about him because you are right. The only reason I did it is just because we had good trade talks that was in the last week. Where if I would exclude the last week of real life time, I probably would have put him there. Maybe he turned a corner. I have no idea. I didn't put Pride on there, but Pride would have been the same reason I put Mouse on mine. Yeah, he's almost like the chastity belt. He only wants to trade what he wants to trade and doesn't want to budge. Davis is kind of the same way. Fuck, is Pride in their camp? They all have the same trading characteristics. Flynn, what do you think on the list? I mean, outside of yourself being in 2 of them.
Yeah, I don't like where OG is. OG's got to be near the bottom because you offer him a trade and he's got to go ask Wild Bang and Mouse and Mo if he's allowed to trade these players away.
That's the thing.
he's not his own person anymore. So you can't really send him trades without going through them. So
Yeah, and that's
same
the
with Mo.
that's literally the reason why Mo's in my bottom 5.
Yeah.
But
They
I
had
feel
this
like
whole, they had
OG
this whole,
OG does go.
trading group chat.
OG does branch out. I feel he's the only one that might branch out a little more on his own, but I think yeah, for the most part, he's in that same group. But he's like the only one that will occasionally go on his own. All right, so I guess he's not fucking here, so I guess I'll read Davis's list, and then he can't really explain it. So good luck in the chat on that one, Davis. But this was Davis's list, and I'm so disappointed too. I even put his new Super Bowl picture in the logo. Like we upgraded him. But let's say his top 5. He had you Flynn at 1. He had Yib at 2. He had Sports Freak at 3. Mo at 4. Me at 5. His list is crazy. His bottom 5, he put, at least he had the respect to put himself last. So he put himself last, Pride second to last, Noob 28, Eclipse at 27, and then Speedy at 26. I mean, I'll say my thoughts on it first. Like, hey, he has 2 people in his top 5 that both of us have in bottom 5s. Where maybe because they're in his camp, maybe he put him in his top 5. I'd love to hear his explanation if he would have showed up. I mean, he put me in his top 5 too, because of the fact I do get a lot of trades in. I'm surprised he put Sports Freak below Yib. Because Flynn and Sports Freak, you can easily make cases for flip-flopping 1 and 2. I don't think Sports Freak deserves to be 3 on anybody's trading list. Let's see, and then what do you guys think about his top 5?
I don't mind Yib there. I mean, Yib's always trading.
But Yib at number 2 is where I like.
Yeah, but I mean, he's trading more than David is this season.
Oh, yeah,
So,
that's
I mean,
true. If
that's
you're
all-
going based
we're
off
talking
this,
about the
yeah,
volume of everything, but
yeah. If you're
Yib's
going,
always been trading, so I don't hate where he is.
what do you think, Reg, on his top 5?
On Davis' top 5, I mean, I don't really agree with what Speedy is, but I mean,
Oh,
Speedy,
yeah, for bottom 10, yeah, for bottom 5.
Speedy kind of just trades for what he wants to, though. So he's not really like he's a bad trader or if
He's
a good
picky.
trader. Like,
He's picky.
he's just speedy. He wants speed. His name is what it is. That's what he wants,
Fair point.
and that's what his offense is predicated on doing. Who did he have in his top 5? I missed the bottom 3.
Oh, so his top 5, he had Flynn 1, Yib 2, Sports Freak 3, Mo 4, and then he had me at 5.
I don't know about you being in there, and definitely not Mo. Mo, he kind of, he trades on the future or tries to get you on the future and tries to see what it is, and then Mo has to kind of, he's a rage trader. So like how I just got Pacheco from Mo. I was supposed to have got Pacheco from Mo, but he was trying to overcharge me for him. So and then he did not have a second this year, so he had to give me a second next year, and I gave him a first next year. So that's about the best deal we done got done besides the Omarion Hampton trade when he was ready to give him up. Like Mo kind of juices running back.
That was a fucking
So
steal back then, too.
if you need a running back, you kind of just go to Mo and get you a running back. After he fumbles a few times, he'll be ready to come off of him. But his top 5. I don't know about Mo and Yib yet.
And then
Yeah, you
his
killed
bottom.
him on that Pacheco trade.
Yeah, no, I thought.
We're gonna love to have him. Now we got to work on defense over here.
Yeah, I bet. I was looking at that trade. I said, like, what is Mo even thinking?
And then Mo hit me up weirdly after that. He was trying to get my X Factor rookie.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I love my X Factor rookie, but it was confusing. All right, and then his bottom 5. I mean, I already put my thoughts. So, Flynn, do you have any thoughts on his bottom 5? No, then we can.
His bottom 5. No, I mean, I don't hate it. I think Eclipse is more in the middle than the end, because if he wants something, he just PMs you what he wants.
I feel like Eclipse. I wish he could explain it. Like, I feel like a reason Eclipse is at least is in my bottom 5. It's not the way he trades, just the way that like he communicates it, because he just comes off, to be blunt, he acts like it comes off like a dick. Like he's very blunt. Like he's like not very friendly to traders, but he probably would be middle. But yeah, that's why I put him. I would be curious why he put him though, because
Speedy's always done the trade too.
The Speedy just trades for speed. Yeah. I'd really be curious why you put Eclipse in the bottom 5, because I'm curious if his reasoning are the same as mine. So maybe we have to do a little bonus episode when he eventually shows up. Oh, is that him now? Holy shit, he just responded.
Yeah, no.
All right, so at this point, we're not going to bring him in. David, you're going to explain in the chat, but we're going to move on and start wrapping up. And I'm going to cut there real quick. And that's going to be it for this week's trade-focused episode. Honestly, I loved all 3 lists, how different they were. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of feedback on here. I mean, Regg, appreciate you jumping on time. Sorry, Davis, I'm going to have to fuck with you for a little bit on that one. I mean, we're already in the conclusion by the time you showed up, Davis, so you'll have to explain in the chat. But Regg, obviously, thank you for hopping on. Flynn, thank you for obviously last second hopping on. If either of you are around, I would love to have you both on when we try the first take episode, which stay tuned for next week, everyone, because I've been putting a shit ton of planning on OBS trying to make a first take style episode work. We're going to try it next week. Davis, if he shows up on time, is going to be more of the Stephen A of the show, where I'm not as good as the debater, but I'm going to be more of the, who's the middle person on first take now? It's not that Molly, it's someone else now. Whoever the middle person is, I'm probably going to be the middle one, and we're going to have a rotating list of guests.
Like Swag Bull or something like that.
Someone like that, yeah. Where we're going to have a rotating guest of people debating against Davis, and I'm going to try to mediate like a first take episode. I hope you guys do like next week's episode. I've been putting a lot of prep into it, more than I'm probably willing to admit. But I appreciate you both hopping on. If you want to say a quick...
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
I think the only thing I really have to say is, ask is if maybe Regg would send JMO because he got me blocked.
Oh, no. And we're good, because J-Mo might never leave unless we get, like, 2 DBs and a receiver.
We also like Terry, so we can make something happen.
It's the same thing. We like 2 DBs.
A live trade.
You know, make it right. That's how we're building our team the right way. 2 DBs and a receiver. We love it.
I think the chat will be invested in this trade. But we're going to wrap it up there. Have a good rest of the regular season, everyone. Boys, salute. And it's going to be funnier saying this since you're in the chat. Don't always remember, Flynn is a bitch.
All right.
Waiting all day for the leak to crank at night. Get on your feet for cheese-filled fight. More than a game, these boys won't touch grass. Even for the boys that are perennial. Welcome to the Hen House Pod. Blue Henny on the call. Talking his shit and taking care of the ball. Updates and reactions to all things addicts. Like Melendez giving up 80 beats, crashing out, a mouse trying to roach. That's why we're waiting all day for that late night